Our 10th anniversary party was a very big deal for both of us. It was a time to celebrate 10 long years of being married. We were celebrating it on the same night as my wife's big work party. The room was very large and full of many people. There were many people there, including the people she works with, our close friends, and our family. My wife, Victoria, spent almost the entire night laughing and talking with an old boyfriend from a long time ago. This man had just started a big job as a very senior boss at her company quite recently. She barely spoke to me at all during the whole event. When she did finally talk to me, it was only to tell me to stay calm and not act like a jealous person. She told me very clearly that she did not want me to embarrass her in front of all her friends. I did not argue with her. I just gave her a quiet, gentle smile and tried my best to be nice to everyone. I spent my time talking to other guests who were kind and happy that I was there. Victoria thought I was just a husband in the big crowd who was only there to support her career and help her look good. She had no idea that the night was about to change in a way she never expected. As the dinner ended, the man running the party walked up onto the high stage. Victoria was still standing right next to her ex, smiling happily as they finished the chat. Then the man on the stage looked right at me in the crowd. He said that there was one very special surprise for every person in the room that night. The whole room got very quiet. He asked everyone to welcome the man who had just finished buying an entire company and would now be the new owner of everything. Hundreds of people turned their heads to look at me. Victoria's smile went away instantly as if it had never been there. Her ex-boyfriend looked at me very slowly. His face turned very white as he realized exactly who I was. For a few seconds, no one clapped because they were all too shocked to even move a muscle. Then the whole room started cheering loudly as I walked toward the stage. Victoria just stood there, unable to understand what she was hearing. She always thought I worked quietly as a person who invests money, but she never actually asked me what I did with my time. She had stopped being curious about my life and my world a long time ago. Her own guesses and thoughts had taken the place of her curiosity. The man on the stage shook my hand warmly and said, "Good job," before giving me the microphone to speak. I looked across the large room and saw Victoria looking away for the first time that night. Everyone could see the big difference between us. I thanked everyone for being so nice and for coming to party. I spoke for a short time about the future of the company and our plans. I made it clear that every worker will be judged on how hard they worked, how they acted like real professionals, and how they work with their teammates. I did not say anything at all about my private life. When I was done, the people clapped very loudly again. As I walked down from the stage, Victoria came running to me quickly. She whispered and asked why I did not tell her the news. I told her the simple truth. I said she had stopped asking about my life and my day a long time ago. She looked away, realizing that our talks were always about her and her needs. She told me every little thing about her job, but never asked about mine. Later that night, Victoria found me standing all by myself on the balcony. We were looking out at the beautiful city lights. The air was cool out there, which was a big change from the hot and loud room inside. I could hear the faint sound of the party music behind us. She told me she was very sorry for how she acted. She said she never meant to make me feel like I was invisible or not there. I looked at her with a calm and peaceful face. I told her the night was not hard because of the man she used to date. It was hard because my own wife treated me like I did not matter at all to her. Tears came to her eyes. She saw that the news about the company was not what changed the night for us. It just showed the truth about how we were treating each other every day. Victoria stood there for a long time without saying a single word. Then she whispered that nothing happened with her ex, and they were only talking. I nodded my head. I told her it was never just about him. It was about her choosing to make me feel like an afterthought on our very special anniversary. She looked back at the party and finally understood how lonely I had been for a long time. She was not trying to fight me anymore, but the hurt was already done. The next morning, Victoria said sorry again without making any excuses for herself. She said she had been so busy with her work and the attention she got there that she stopped seeing our marriage as important. She said she just assumed I would always be there no matter what happened. I told her softly that being understood by someone is not the same as feeling like you have value to them. Those words ended our talk for a while. She finally saw that the issue was not me being a jealous husband. The issue was that she had ignored me and my heart. I had spent many months supporting her, while I slowly became less important to her life. The party just showed what had been happening at home for far too long. Over the next few weeks, we made a very big choice together. We had to decide if we were both still willing to choose our marriage every single day of our lives. We went to see a kind person who helps couples, and we changed our old, bad habits. We spent more time talking to each other, without our phones or work getting in the way. Fixing our trust was not about making big, fancy promises. It was about being there for each other in small, normal, and simple ways. Our marriage would only last if we stopped guessing and started paying real attention to each other. We needed to bring back the respect that had faded away over the years. Looking back, many friends thought the big surprise was that I bought the company. They were wrong about that. The biggest surprise was Victoria realizing that success and money were never the main point of life. She thought I was quiet because I was unsure of myself or shy. In reality, I was just very sad and lonely. I did not want a microphone or for people to clap for me. I just wanted my wife to see me and love me. The news about the business only took a few minutes, but the lesson about our relationship stayed with us much longer. Sometimes, the loudest cheers from a crowd cannot hide the quietest loneliness in a marriage. Years later, I do not think about the business deal or the clapping much. I remember the talk on the balcony in the cool air. That night reminded me that relationships do not usually fail because of one big moment. They get weak through many small moments when people stop making each other feel seen. Whether you fix things depends on the choices you make after that, not the surprise itself. Buying the company changed my job, but seeing how invisible I had become changed how I understand love, partnership, and what is truly important.